I didn't make no conference team. Yeah.
To win the Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Win the Player of the Year. Like
that's what it was, bro. It was the grind. Like I saw what being accountable does. You know what I mean? It really like leads you to success. Like
it does.
It's tough, man. It's tough, but it
forces you to figure out like where you're going wrong, and then it also forces you to pinpoint like the best ways in order to like delete that so you can get over that.
Yes.
For sure.
That's facts.
Blaming other things, you don't really like try to work harder for it. But when you find out what it is, you're like, oh shit.
Let me fix this. Yeah. That's facts. Exactly what you said is exactly right, bro. That's what it is. Like once you start understanding, like, nah, I messed that up. Like I gotta fix that. You know what I mean? It's like you start seeing success within that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know like a lot of times, like I was the same way. Like you know, not being accountable in life is gonna hold you back because you always gonna seek out instead of like looking into yourself like, all right, I need to fix this. I need to fix something in my life. You always gonna blame that on something else. And you know, I also seen videos of like David Banner would be like, even if it's not your fault, it's your fault. You know? And once I started really paying attention to that, I was like, man, that's deep because it is like, you know what I'm saying? Especially you being the leader, you know what I'm saying, of the team, like, you know what I'm saying? You not going harder in practice leads to them probably not going hard.
Going hard,
yeah. So, and even if your teammates going hard in practice, you not. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault. You going hard and they not, it's your fault. You gotta figure out why they not going hard. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I definitely get what you're saying with accountability, and that's huge on your part for learning that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a life skill out of that. Like you got a life skill out of that. It's going to be able to go with you forever.
And that's what I was talking about. Like with Vel, like it really is. It's basketball, but like he say, like basketball and life go hand to hand. That's what, you know, when I first met him, that's why he said he loved the sport so much, because it taught him so much about life and him navigating life, like being accountable. All of that stuff goes right into the work field. Like, you know, not being accountable could lead you to being fired. You know what I mean? And now if you, and he always talked about it, like all this attitude and stuff, like look at me as your boss. Like you talking back to me, not listening to me. Like, man, you go do that in the real world, bro, you're gonna be fired, jobless, homeless. Like you got a yes sir, no sir, your boss. You know what I mean? Like there's no talking back to your boss. He tell you to do something, you gotta go do it. You know what I mean? And he used to always hit us with little gems and life lessons that when we were in it, you think it's BS. You know what I mean? Like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. But once you get out into the real world, you like, hey Vel, nah, you right. You was right. You was right. You was right. Like, and that's what I'm doing now, man. I just be telling him all the time. Like, I think he was telling us about, you know, that time when you swiping your card and that cab going in, and you really got to search like where that next meal coming from. Like all that little stuff he used to be telling us, man, is real, super real. He that's why I call, you know, I just call him a GOAT, because he's able to connect both, and doing so, it allows you to be successful on the court, because you get those life lessons. You start changing things in your life, it just carries over into the court.
For sure. And shout out to Coach.
Yeah.
For that, for real. Like, and I feel like that separates the good coaches from the great coaches. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And even in life, you know what I'm saying, having that OG to like, all right, they go teach you the life lessons, whether you like it or not, but you go, you know what I'm saying?